101.9 FM. My name is Fentu, Tahiru Fentu. Welcome to the show. The 5th day of April 2024. I hope you had a wonderful Easter weekend last week. But yeah, for all of our Muslim brothers and sisters as well, today is the 26th day of Ramadan. Finish hard. Everyone, finish hard. Finish hard. Santi is finishing hard. Are you? I'll tell you what, we are on from now till 3 p.m. We've got a lot to discuss today. The title running, certainly. It's been a while since we had a conversation about any foreign league. People that used to call us foreign leagues merchants. We've not had a conversation on any foreign league in a while. And some people are not even happy with us because of that. So certainly today we talk about the title running. 70 points for Liverpool, 68 for Arsenal, 67 for Man City, 8 games to go. Ooh, it's mighty close. We've not had such a close title race between 3 sides in such a long time. So we'll go to the fixtures. Who's got the better advantage? All the guys have been studying the fixtures, the history, the permutations, as well as the form of the 2 or 3 teams, involved in this title race. Who's got the better advantage? Who will drop points? And more critically, where will those points be dropped? We saw from last night that a lot can change, even when 2 sheer size meet. A lot can change in exactly 82 seconds. A lot can change in exactly 82 seconds. That is when you've got potentially the best player in the Premier League this season playing for your team. Oh my word. Yeah, I think we played well. We deserve to win. We dominated. You did not dominate anything, my brother. Eric Ten Hag, he watched a different game. But yeah, Man United and Chelsea served as an all-time Premier League classic last night. So yeah, certainly a lot happening in the Premier League. Now, Dreams FC are on the verge of making history, becoming the first team to make the semi-finals of any CAF competition. The first Ghanaian side to make the semi-final of any CAF competition. Since what? You have to go back to 2004, 2005 when Hearts of Oak and Kumasi and Santo faced off. It's been such a long time. Unbelievable. They hold a 1-0 lead from the first leg of their encounter. Sorry, not a 1-0, 2-1 lead. Of course, that's a 1-goal lead. Okay, let me put it that way. From the first leg of their encounter with Stade Malien, they won the first leg 2-1. They're in action on Sunday in the return leg. If they win that, they are in the semi-finals. Dreams FC of the CAF Confederation Cup. I don't think a lot of people saw that happening. We'll get into how this very small club has managed to achieve such big feats, and the dream certainly is on. Yesterday, Hearts of Oak also adored a new board. The board might be new, but lots of very old faces and names there. Nyahotamaklu says the rest of you should get out of there. The history and the institutional knowledge he has with House of Folk, none of you has it. So he's going to be there. But Akambi's role, Abono, Elijah Akambi is been removed as a board member. So we'll talk about that as well. And it's Ghana Premier League action this weekend too. So quite a lot to talk about. What you want us to talk about, we will not talk about. And I know what is in your minds. Some suits are flying about here and there. We shall not be commenting on that. Okay? We shall not be commenting on that. Thank you very much. Game plan on 99.7 Joe FM is brought to you by Petrosol as well as DSTV. Petrosol, every drop matters. Just as every penny counts, good quality fuel enhances your vehicle performance and reduces maintenance costs. So take no risk in times like this. All you need is value for your money. So look no further. Drive to the next Petrosol fuel station for your clean, accurate quantity fuel suitable for new technology vehicles. Be a happy customer. Fill with smiles. Drive more miles and save some money. Petrosol is your clean, quality fuel in full quantity. Petrosol, always a delightful experience. Also, of course, DSTV is still a big part of us. The big action from last night was on DSTV. So is the Premier League title running. That's the only place to catch all of the action live on DSTV in all of its Super Sport channels, of course. So we'll tell you a bit more about that a little later on the show. But time now to introduce my guests in studio and the regulars. Sichofe Philip Achiri. Thank you very much. Daniel Cransing. Thank you very much. Victor Achutamaklu.
I'm here. Me too, I was here, so.
You don't have any signature response. No. Find one.
But I can give you ta or pa. Choose one.
Those have been
trademarked. Yes, I have. But I can lend it to him.
The ta and pa. Charlie, you reach.
No, I reach. You reach. Yes, everywhere. Some way.
As trademark 3, 4.
Yes.
No. Some way. Some way. Ta. Another one is in the cooking.
Muftar Nabila Abdullah is here as well. One man that will be very, very happy. And today he's just coming from the mosque. Muftar Nabila Abdullah.
Now let's skip.
Why would I be happy? Why? You won't thank God.
Are you coming from the mosque? Are you not happy from the mosque?
I'm even shocked. Are you not happy that your prayers have been answered?
Coming from the mosque, today being the last Friday of Ramadan.
Yes.
It's quite pleasing.
That the guy is struggling. That's what the guy just said, that you'll be happy.
I'm actually struggling.
Tell me the right word. Coming from the mosque. The guy said you'll be happy. You are debating you'll be happy and saying that. The last Friday of Ramadan.
What do you mean, bre? As in like
every Ramadan. In the sofa.
As in like the fasting day.
In
the ship up.
See, Danny. If I fast for 100 days consecutively, where they see my meat, then see your bones.
Every Ramadan, me and you, they come the same. Every Ramadan.
You are left bones to fail.
You know me, my own standard. But every Ramadan, you come to my level. Every Ramadan, yeah.
Okay. No, but Danny.
On behalf of
every Ramadan, have you paid attention to Fentio's?
We are not talking about Fentio. We are talking about
you. See human beings.
You see Fentio in neck. In neck look like this, like giraffe.
Your mother you won't take your brother.
You see this life.
Me, I will petition.
It's okay.
That during Ramadan, Muftar has to be forced to take his leave. You won't die on our account. Bro, did you see the last picture he posted on
Facebook? He was proud to post it.
Oh, God.
He was left with only the neck.
Hey, Muftar. At the start, it be only neck, I guess. As we there, below the neck.
No, Muftar. But it's a serious concern.
You don't see my head?
Only your head I can see.
You don't see my hands?
But that's not what I was talking about.
Charlie.
Yeah, no, I knew exactly what you were talking about. That's why I
yes.
My trademark, the left one.
Wait.
You spawned.
Muftau.
No, Muftau's for there.
No.
The Thanksgiving you finished for the mosque.
The reason I said Muftau should thank his God and should be happy is because
Charlie,
his name was
Now
not
escape.
included in a certain list.
now escape.
Escape from
Me set the agenda.
It's actually
Guys,
really,
it's okay. It's
You
okay.
set it.
really.
You post that
Hey,
thing on
what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you
So,
doing?
no, so what I guys? No,
we
so
can't.
clearly,
We can't.
I'm saying that
He started what?
he started the agenda.
Which agenda?
agenda?
Don't go there.
Oh, you don't know. Are you in my head?
Okay, I'm not.
Okay.
Oh, don't do that. I
Ah.
said the guy he is the one who started the agenda.
Trouble Chibela. He said trouble will go
Then
to
no,
other people.
see, my cheerleader has just sent me a message that very soon I go put on weight.
Yes. Until then, we shall make fun of you.
Yes.
For now. For the now. Anyway,
Tuesday,
Charlie,
finish.
friend, I beg you.
Tuesday, we
I
finish.
beg you. Just
guys,
give me 2 minutes.
Welcome to the show.
It's a very serious matter.
I want to tell people how they can join the
Okay,
show.
you tell people because I need them. The
The WhatsApp number is 05511111997. I've done a really bad job of reading messages in the past 2 or 3 episodes. So tonight we will do that.
Tonight,
We'll read
Inke,
messages.
you see the impact
Why
of
is,
Ramadan.
it's going into the night.
But there are some people in Australia listening to the show.
Can you imagine?
Make
Eh.
no defend
Do you know
them.
the timing?
Defend them. Make no defend. What time do you start your show?
A shock.
Me in shock.
Yes.
You
Answer you. Answer the question. What time do you start your show?
You they support me. It's Relax. Relax.
As you did here, only intestines, so you get.
Relax. The question was a rhetorical question.
It wasn't.
It was.
It wasn't. Answer
was.
him.
What time do you start your show?
Exactly.
Oh, exactly what? Answer the question.
What time do you start the show?
Exactly what?
How do you start the show at 1:15 and greet good evening
And you said
talk about
tonight.
evening?
I didn't say it.
You said tonight.
Inclusive. There are
Yes.
listeners from Australia,
Danike,
from
go on.
China.
Yes.
Don't do that.
If you ever hire Danike as your lawyer, tell you go to jail.
So he was, like he said evening. Yeah,
He said tonight.
He
Yes.
said tonight,
Yes.
but he was coming to say that you've cut him. He
Okay.
was coming to say
Go on.
afternoon.
Exactly.
Okay, go on.
Tonight, this afternoon.
He's got it.
All right, 05511111997. Also on Twitter or X, you can leave us a message. Use the hashtag game plan. Like I said, we've got a lot to go through today, and certainly we'll begin with that title chase. There's also Champions League football coming next week. Of course, before that, we're here. By the time we come back here next Friday, those matches would have been played. So if we have a bit of time, we'll go through that. Remember, Joe FM and Hits FM. Those two are your home of the UEFA Champions League, and we're building up to the Hits FM Rep Your Jersey that will happen on the day of the final of the UEFA Champions League. So trust us here on 99.7 and on 103.9 Hits FM to bring you the very best as far as the UEFA Champions League is concerned. So do send us a message, whatever it is that you have in your mind that you want to speak about, including what we shall not speak about. If you have anything to say about it, sure, it's a message. We will read it for you right here on the show. All right, Danike, you said you wanted 2 minutes to start
just 2
something.
minutes.
All
I'm
right, cool.
very
What
glad
is it?
that
Before
my
we get
brother,
into our substantive.
See,
Yes.
there's this friend of mine.
Yes.
This female friend of mine, we've been friends for a very long time. This one I need advice. So when I say then during the course of the show, people can send their messages and advise the girl.
All right.
So we've been friends for a very, very long time.
Okay.
Now, even before we became friends, she had this boyfriend, very long-term boyfriend, and then at a point in time,
Everything is
they
long-term.
broke off.
Okay.
Yeah. Then when she broke up with the guy, they were together for a very long time.
Is this sports related?
Oh, let me land. Then she got some new boy B. He came like 10 months, then it didn't work. Then they broke up. Then another one came. He spent like 2 years. He was talking plenty, but
No action.
no action. Then the one that came after that one, no, he started like, you see the typical boys, no. He came, he was showering her with gifts. Oh, Charlie, everything was looking nice. Then over the course of like 3 years, everything it didn't work. Then he left. Then another one came. After the one who was showering her with gifts, no, she was like, okay, fine. This next step, no, let me take somebody who is now building so that we'll
build together.
You grow
we'll
together,
go
yeah.
together. Then she went to take that guy to her. The guy wasn't growing fast enough. So then she let him go. Then she saw this very promising young man, young guy.
Like boy number 6 already.
Yeah, boy number 6. Charlie, we are looking to settle down in life. She found this very young, promising guy. We came in first year. He gave Charlie showering
So
hair
the
with
signs
gifts.
that
But he's still on top, but you see, this is the problem here. The guy when everybody can see something, he's telling the girl something different. And the baby girl too is believing him. Tairu, can you believe that the guy has done see her closest friends? She doesn't even talk to them anymore. Because the boy has done now this girl is seeing her closest friends as enemies.
wow.
When we see black, the guy will come and say it's white.
Toxic,
and the girl will be
toxic boy.
toxic.
And she
That
said
guy is
it's like-
Eric Ten Hag. He's a gaslighter. We can all see that the thing is not going well. Eric Ten Hag is a gaslighter. He's a toxic man. Man United fans, he's causing a trouble in the camp. United fans are fighting United fans because those who can see, he's telling them that it's not true. How can you tell me yesterday you dominated the game? Tayu, did you watch the game? How can you tell me that you dominated the game yesterday?
Yes.
How can you tell me you were the better side yesterday?
And deserve
How
to
can
win.
you tell me after that symbolic performance against say Brentford that because Man City too struggled against them, it's okay?
Yes.
United are going to miss out on top 4. This new Champions League format, nice one that everybody is going to play. United are going
They
to
will
miss
not
out
be in the first
because
edition.
of the toxic gaslighter, take Eric Ten Hag. Sack him.
I knew that's where that game was going. But you see, the thing is, Eric Ten Hag and his Man United team in the last 2 games alone have conceded 60 shots. 60 shots in 180 minutes of football. Chese, do the math for me. Do the math
shots in 2 games.
in 2 matches.
Average of 30.
They conceded 32 shots against Brentford and 28 against Chelsea. And yet this guy says they deserve to win.
He's a gaslighter. He's a toxic.
And you see, and you see the biggest problem with Eric
a
Ten.
shot every 3 minutes.
A shot every 3 minutes. He has done the maths. Just say
Every 3 minutes.
every 3 minutes.
I like that.
You know. And for me, I think one of the biggest disappointments with this season, especially when it comes to Man United, is definitely what Cranton has spoken about. Eric Ten Hag's refusal to admit that his team has massive problems. He's telling the people what is impossible. He's telling them that they can still go and qualify for the Champions League. When you look at the mass, it is not adding up. After yesterday's game, Chelsea Football Club, that have also been one of the sheer force of this season, they have played 1 game less than Manchester United. And yet, if you look at the table, if they play that their 1 game, Chelsea win, they go to 46 points.
That'll be
That
2 points
is-
behind Man United.
You are lying.
Yes.
No, I say you are lying.
Chelsea could end the season.
I
with
don't
Man
want
United.
proof. I will not look at the league table.
So Chelsea need to play. If Chelsea will play their outstanding game and they win, they are right behind
points.
United with 2 points behind.
then Chelsea too can qualify for this.
That's the point I was driving at.
Chelsea too can qualify for this. Gaslighter.
It is,
And he's toxic.
and that is where we will get into tonight's conversation again tonight. Ticho, that I was very intentional about it. So please, I beg you.
I mean, I'm talking- how you
Hey,
defend your body? I don't
what
talk-
is the meaning of?
Wafa.
Oh no, wait.
Wafa,
Okay.
hey.
We're not.
Hold on, guys. I don't think you people understand the meaning of tonight. Where are we going to from here?
Now you are gaslighting us.
No,
Friends
Danny
trying to
K.
gaslight us.
Ten Hag vibes.
Ten Hag.
Where are we going to
Danny,
after the afternoon? Where are we going to?
no offense, you relax.
We are going
Relax.
to nights.
So Eric Ten Hag taught you. Abi?
No, he didn't teach me anything.
He taught you. That's why you don't deceive people
He
now.
didn't teach me anything.
You don't like to
Very
win.
soon
He
he's
didn't
turning
teach
bald.
me anything. Okay.
Friends, very soon he's turning bald.
Yes.
Same trick.
Somebody has done.
Will join me very soon.
Oh, you join.
Somebody has done shape
No,
fresh. You say he's-
now,
he's
now,
telling-
yeah, no,
Yes,
Yesterday
but
when I
yesterday-
told him, I was
yeah,
just telling
yeah.
him, Charlie, you are wasting your time.
Yesterday,
All of these skirmishes,
It's okay. Have you finished?
end of the year.
Okay, have you finished?
End of the year.
Have you
Is
finished?
it Yomo?
Have you finished?
It be Yomo.
Have you finished
This one is a
denigrating?
bit more
Have
expensive.
you finished denigrating my hair? Okay, good. Let's move it on then.
See
Yesterday,
the laughter from there.
He
one
has-
of the craziest things I saw was a picture of Eric Ten Hag in a turban alongside a picture of Osama bin Laden. And then Eric Ten Hag was wearing the turban, of course, with his beard, and then his picture was right next to Osama bin Laden. Striking resemblance in that collage picture. And then the caption was, Osama bin Laden died in 2011. Eric Ten Hag started coaching in 2011. Coincidence? Coincidence? Anyway, so listen. The Premier League title race it's upon us now.
So Ten Hag no coach 15 years.
2011 is when he started coaching.
Wow. It's not.
I know what Sicho is driving at. He's trying to say he doesn't qualify.
He doesn't qualify to coach the Black Stars. Yes.
This guy, don't mind him.
Right.
Let's go through the numbers. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to give each of you, basically 10 minutes or less, maybe 7 minutes, to make me understand, to go through the fixtures of each of these three teams and tell me, from your estimation, who you think is going to win the league, where you think the most crucial points are going to be dropped. And in the end, of course, we will see what our listeners say. So, with 8 matches to the end of the season, Liverpool are top. They have 70 points. Arsenal are behind, 68 points, just 2 points behind. Man City is 67 points. That's 3 points behind Liverpool, 1 point behind Arsenal. All three teams have 8 matches remaining. Liverpool's 8 matches are Man United away from home. That is the next game. That is this very weekend. Then they'll play Crystal. So that game is at Old Trafford. Then they have to play Crystal Palace at home. Then they go away to Fulham. Then they play Everton. And I hope our listeners are writing this down, or you have your phone, you can easily pull that up. Okay, so they go to Man United this weekend. After that, Crystal Palace at home. Then Fulham away. They play Everton at home, which is a Merseyside derby. Then they play West Ham away from home as well. So they have 3 matches away from home back to back. That's Liverpool. They go to Fulham away, Everton away, West Ham away. Then they come home to Spurs. And then their last 2 games, Aston Villa away from home, Unai Emery and his Villa team, who are also chasing Champions League football. That's the penultimate match. And then the last game of the season is at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers. That's Liverpool's last 8 games. Arsenal's last 8 games begin with Brighton away from home at the Amex Stadium. That is this very weekend. It's a tricky fixture. Then they host Aston Villa. Unai Emery is coming home to the Emirates Stadium. Then after that, they go away to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Then they host Chelsea. And then go away to Spurs. So Arsenal have back-to-back London derbies. Then they take on Bournemouth at home. Then the last 2 games of the season, the penultimate match is against Man United away at Old Trafford. Then they finish the season at home to Everton. That is Arsenal. That looks markedly more difficult on paper than what I read out for Liverpool. But that's only on paper, of course. What about Man City? They're looking to make it 4 titles in a row. They begin with a tricky trip away to Crystal Palace this weekend. Their history with Palace is not pleasant. Then they host Luton Town. Then they go away to Brighton. After that, they host Nottingham Forest. They go away to Nottingham Forest as well. And then they play at home to Wolverhampton Wanderers. Then they go away to Fulham. Then they play at home to West Ham. But before that, there is a Tottenham Hotspur game that they have to play, the date of which has not been concluded. But that's not their last game of the season. That will be played before their last game of the season. So they also have to play Spurs. So 2 things here. Number 1, Spurs will play all 3 of them. They'll play Man City, they'll play Arsenal, they'll play Liverpool. Remember, Spurs are also chasing Champions League football. Spurs are just 2 points behind Aston Villa in that last Champions League spot race. They have played 1 game less. So, in fact, if Spurs were to win their outstanding game, which is certainly against Man City, they would go 1 point above Aston Villa into the Champions League places. So they will also be playing every single one of these games hoping to win. The issue number 2 that you need to figure out is this. Is that Aston Villa will also play 2 of them. They've already played City. They lost miserably. But then they will play against Arsenal and they'll play against Liverpool. They're also chasing Champions League football. Then Man United will play against 2 of them. They'll play against Arsenal. They'll play against Liverpool. So there's a lot of dynamics and matrix involved as far as these permutations are concerned. So I'm going to go around the table, beginning with Sicho. So when you look at these fixtures, who do you think will win the Premier League title? This is not a prediction. Per your analysis and per what you've seen from these fixtures, given the team's current form, their history with the opposition teams, what's your mind telling you?
That's why it's a prediction. You say it's not a prediction, it's a prediction.
Okay, calculated prediction.
Not
yes.
a prophecy by prediction.
Yes.
So it's possible it won't happen. Don't hold me to it. Friends, listen, we've not seen the Premier League come into this 3-horse race as tight as this, maybe never. Especially when you have these 3 teams playing so well and some of them having recent history backing them. So it makes it for a fascinating end of the season. But one thing is clear, that all these teams are capable of dropping points based on what we've seen of them this season in the remaining fixtures. And I think 2 out of these 3 teams have shown that they are capable of also winning all these games because of the recent history that backs them. Then there is one team that has shown us that they are of age and perhaps they can do something we've not seen them, doing in recent years. So it's not straightforward. It is the dynamics around who wins the league this season. It's not a straightforward conversation. But this is what I think, friends. Mm-hmm. I personally think that Arsenal have got the more difficult fixtures amongst the 3 teams. When you look at some of the games that they are playing, at what time and where they'll be playing them. In the North London derby against Spurs, away from home, is going to be a difficult game for them, I think.
Yeah.
When they play against Chelsea, are not great. I expect Arsenal are favourites to beat Chelsea. But again, it's a London derby and plenty can hang on that one as well. It's going to be a tricky one. Then away to Brighton at the MX. Brighton are not great when they play against the bottom club because they have to go out there and find a way to break them down. But when they play against an Arsenal team who normally would be expansive, even though Arsenal have shown that they are great defensively this season, Brighton have shown that against the big teams they do fancy their chances. So that's also going to be a very tricky game for them. Okay. But the most difficult game for Arsenal, I think, would be that game against Man United when they play at Old Trafford in the last but one game of this, or the penultimate game of the season, because the pressure points around this time of the season are different. And if Arsenal go on to beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League and progress, that means Arsenal have distractions. And now Arteta has to manage the squad going into some of those games as well. And that's why I think Arsenal, between these 3 teams, are the most capable team to drop, points. Now, the reason why, so that's for Arsenal. So I don't think Arsenal will win it. I genuinely don't think Arsenal will win it because of the fixtures they've got and the fact that I think that they are more capable of dropping points going into the last games remaining the season. Okay. Meanwhile, for Man City have shown historically in the Premier League, in more recent memory, that they are that one team that can go 11 games, 8 games, 9 games, find a way of getting the results and win the games till the end of the season. They have enough for that, and they've got enough experience in the team to do that. So City can go on that run. And when I look at the City fixtures, they are about, if you like, 3 of them that are tricky for me.
For Man City?
Yeah. I think City against Crystal Palace, because historically they've never had a good time at the Selhurst Park. I think they will nick it, but it's always been a tricky fixture for City. Now, again, same reason I gave for the Arsenal game. When City play against Brighton away from home, it could also be a tricky fixture for City, because City this season have shown that you can easily get in behind them. You can find those. In fact, you saw this against even Arsenal. That Arsenal had those moments getting behind City. They just couldn't coordinate it well. So that game away to Brighton would also be tricky. I'm not saying Brighton will beat them, but if City are going to win, it's not going to be easy to win. Then there is that away fixture to Spurs, where Pep Guardiola have never had a good record. They've not even scored a goal at the new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
That's wild.
Yet they have to go there, get 3 points to be in touching distance of winning the Premier League, as well as all the other distractions that comes with playing in the Champions League and progressing if they beat Real Madrid. So I think City have got what it takes to win all of these games because their recent history has shown. But there are some tricky fixtures in there. So for me, it's going to be between City and Liverpool. Now I talk about Liverpool. The title, as we speak, is Liverpool's to lose
because they're on top.
And if they go on to win all the games that are left on that fixture list, I think Liverpool wins it. Of course, Liverpool wins it. And I think amongst those three teams, the easiest group of fixtures comes to Liverpool. It comes to Liverpool. As a matter of fact, they play against Man United this weekend. I think they'll beat Man United. If Liverpool want to win the league, and they won't go to Old Trafford and win against this Man United team, then we need to start asking questions about their
but haven't they already lost twice to them this season?
Under different circumstances.
Yes, but they
Lost
still
once.
They've lost once, they've drawn once, but under different circumstances.
So they've met them twice.
Technically,
they've not won.
They've met them twice. Not once. They've met them twice.
No, they've met them twice.
Yes.
They've not won one.
They've not won one. They drew disappointingly at Anfield in the game where United were in a good form. Liverpool were flying. They should have won, and they froze on the day. Now the context coming into this fixture is different because at that point nothing was going to be decided. Now coming into this game, if Liverpool is serious about winning the league and they can't go to Old Trafford and beat this Man United team, then questions will need to start. We need to start asking questions about their title ambitions or aspirations because this is a game they have to win. Considering how bad United have been under Erik ten Hag this season, they are leaking goals. They are not scoring goals.
The same conditions existed when they met them in the two previous times, and they still didn't win.
The context in those games were different.
I get it.
Yeah.
So they needed more now.
They need more now, and Liverpool are in a better place. United, in fact, between the time of the FA Cup game and now, Liverpool have found a different level. Or if you like, Liverpool have shown. Yeah. They've shown that it was a blip. And listen.
Let me put it this way.
Results are funny.
Liverpool have gotten better, and United have gotten worse.
Yeah, United were bad in that. Listen, United were bad in that FA. Now, give me a minute. In that FA Cup game, United were bad. It was Liverpool who lost the game than United, playing well to win. Because Liverpool had these moments to even make the tie a 4-1. Liverpool would have a counter-attack. They would stop the counter-attack, pass the ball back. They would miss chances. And United found those moments to win the game. And if Liverpool are going to put up that attitude at Old Trafford this weekend, they're not serious about the title. I think they'll be United. So when you look at the Liverpool fixtures, even though Spurs is a big game for them, it is at home at Anfield. And Liverpool will surely not at Anfield drop points when they know they have to win the league. So I think when you look at the fixture list, Arsenal have got difficult games comparatively to the two other teams. City have got what it takes to win all the games that are remaining. But it will only matter if Liverpool drop points. And again, I said it about there's history about these clubs. We always have a tendency of repeating the fact that City can go on a winning spree, get to the end of the season.
That's because they've done it many times.
But the truth is, once they have done that, they've normally done it alongside Liverpool. So it hasn't been that City have won 11 games and Liverpool have not. But there are times when City have gone on to win 9 consecutive games, and Liverpool have also done same, match City's numbers. But the season will end with City winning it by one point. And even to be fair, under Jurgen Klopp, I'm not sure there are many teams apart from City who end the season better than Liverpool. And even last season, when they were not great across the season, it was when they were ending the season that they were strong. And we are beginning to see those signs again this season.
Okay.
They might not play necessarily well, but they will find a way of digging deep. They'll find a way of getting the result that matter. So I think Liverpool, this league is theirs to lose. And I've seen a Liverpool team, I've seen Liverpool and the club who have got a knack for winning, on a stretch or in the streak.
Going on a run,
get to the end of a season. And I think the City are capable of doing it, but that will only matter for City if Liverpool are incapable of doing so. So I think Liverpool have got what it takes to win. I think they will win it. City comes in second, and then
Arsenal third.
I think Arsenal will drop more points here, so they'll finish there.
All right, Arsenal will finish third. That's according to Sicho. Per his analysis, obviously. He's not a prophet, so he's not prophesying. He's just saying that per what he's seen, you think Arsenal will finish third. Liverpool finish first, Man City second. That's wild. That's interesting. Daniel, I know for a fact that you disagree. So
No, it gave me some. When I was speaking,
Hey,
you know,
give me
you know
some
what-
eye.
You know why I lean forward? Because if I sit this way, I can see the eye contact. If I lean forward, I avoid it. When I was speaking, the guy was looking at me. So
DK, he says on
for
paper,
balance.
Arsenal's fixtures are the hardest. So for him, he thinks they will drop the most points in the running. Okay. Liverpool and Man City have more capability of going on a run. That will take them to the end of the season. But even if both teams were to do that, obviously Liverpool will end up winning because at the moment they have the advantage. So all things being equal, everybody wins their matches, Liverpool would be champions. That is true.
Yes.
But is that what you see? Is that what you think is going to happen?
No. That's not what I see is going to happen. Cicho has said his own. Congrats to him. Arsenal will win the league.
How will they do that
I
exactly?
said it at the start of the season. In fact, I've said it every month since the season started. That Arsenal will win the league. Most people even thought by this time Arsenal will be out of the title race. But they are still here. And they are still strong. Now let me tell you why Arsenal is going to win the league with historical backing.
History,
Yes.
heritage,
Thank you.
football heritage.
Yes. You see, for the past 4 seasons, Arsenal fans know I have predicted where they will finish in the league for the past 4 seasons. And I've been so sure. In fact, do you remember 2 seasons ago when I told the Honorable Sam George that Arsenal will not qualify for the Champions League? I told him they will see the promised land. You will see the Champions League position, but you won't get there.
He took issue.
And what happened? Last but one day, they missed out on Champions League. Last season, when they were sitting on the top of the title of the league. In fact, I mentioned the games they will go and drop points at. And they went there and they went to drop points. And City came to win. Cicho says he's not a prophet. Me, I'm a prophet.
So we should hold you. If it
Prophet
fails.
Daniel.
This is why Arsenal will win the league. Now, truth be told, and it is a fact, if all 3 teams win the rest of their games, Liverpool will win. The team that I know for sure will not win the league is Man City.
I disagree, but go on.
That's cool. Me, I'm a prophet is speaking. You say you disagree. For Man City, they will not win.
I think they will
So
win.
they are out. They are just keeping it interesting, and I'm happy that they are still in the title race at this point in time. Let's look at Arsenal's fixtures first. Yes, on paper they look like the most difficult fixtures. That is true. When you look at Brighton away, it looks difficult. Aston Villa at home, it's tough. Chelsea, Spurs, Man United. But when you apply context to it and you apply historical backing, that's when you
let's
can
do
see.
that.
So Brighton away at the Amex. When it comes to the top teams, Arsenal have one of the best records at the Amex.
True story.
When they go there, we always expect them to go and drop points. Yet when they go there, they get the job done. And with the current state of Brighton, they are done. They finished for the season. They've closed.
There is no ambition anymore.
They know where they are finishing. They finished. Arsenal have something to play for. That game at Brighton, quick 3 points. Arsenal will get the job done.
Okay.
The Aston Villa game at home. Villa away from home against the top teams. They are not doing well.
Case in
Liverpool
point, last weekend.
last weekend, Man City 4-1. Liverpool gave them 3-0. When they come to your home, they are not good. When you go to Villa Park, they can give you problems.
Yes.
But away from home, Aston Villa's form has not been the best.
So because of that,
So Arsenal, quick.
ta.
Arsenal versus Chelsea. This one I won't talk plenty. That guy who
So why have
he's
you
doing himself like he's good.
jumped Wolves?
Oh, but Wolves is not there.
Wolves away.
Oh.
Easy peasy. Okay, good. Let's go to
The
Cole Palmer.
The guy who when he scores, he's doing I'm feeling good.
Cold Palmer.
Starts padding. Oh yeah, you score at 10th, you lose at 10th. As for
But
Arsenal,
wait,
Arsenal versus Chelsea,
don't
recent history
disrespect
at the
Cole
Emirates.
Palmer.
Relax, cool. That one there. Arsenal versus Chelsea, Emirates. Arsenal will get the job. Chelsea are not in good form. Yes, you can say London derby, you can say all you want, but Arsenal have proven. And in fact, this is one of the fixtures that follows form. The Arsenal Chelsea game. The team that is usually on form goes on to win, especially when they are playing at home. So it will follow. Arsenal are beating Chelsea. Now that North London derby, that's where the contention is. the North London derby for me is the most difficult fixture run. In fact, in the run to the end of the season, Arsenal have struggled at the White Hart Lane. They have struggled. In fact, if you go back 10 years, they usually struggle. But last season, when the Arsenal mentality switched from top 4, competing for top 4 to title ambitions, we saw what they did at the new White Hart Lane Stadium. And that was a point where they had to win. They had to go to Tottenham and win to keep pressure on Man City. And they did. They outplayed Tottenham. They won by 2-0. What I'm saying is that in line with their newfound growth over the past 2-3 years, this team can go to Tottenham and win. Especially with the way Tottenham Hotspur plays.
Can do it and will do it are two different things.
Me, I say I'm a prophet. So whatever I'm saying over here.
Okay, sorry, prophet.
Oh.
Yes, sorry, prophet. Sorry.
As for Bournemouth at home,
Okay.
cool. Now this is where Arsenal fans need to listen and listen good. In 1998, Arsenal went to Old Trafford needing to win. They had 3 games in hand. Liverpool were their closest title rivals that season. They had to go to Old Trafford, a ground where they had struggled to get even 1 point. 1 point at Old Trafford was difficult for them, but they had to go to Old Trafford and win, and then go on to win the rest of their games in hand, and then they will be guaranteed the title. They went to Old Trafford against all odds. Mark Overmars, 1-0. Arsenal won.
And the game was over.
Now that season, Man U didn't have anything to play for.
Just like this season.
Just like this season. In fact, by next week, Man United will be out of Champions League. By next
Contention.
week, it will be out. So by the last but one game, United don't have anything to play for. History.
What do you? I disagree when you say they don't have anything to play for. There is nothing that would be sweeter for United.
It's their last home game of the season.
Yes, than stopping or
In
potentially.
1998,
Oh, okay.
that was the same scenario.
Arsenal were chasing Liverpool.
Arsenal were chasing
Like they will chase them
Liverpool.
this time.
Man U, small Arsenal's
Chances.
Mark Overmars.
The game was over.
The game was over.
By mass.
In 2002, Arsenal went to Man U.
Another one.
This time they won the title at Old Trafford.
True.
Woutod, 1-0. So
Now
when
the Chelsea
Arsenal,
too did it.
when Arsenal is chasing a title and they have a game at Old Trafford in the last 5-6 games, it is God telling Arsenal fans that this is your time.
That's a
Because
rainbow.
history
That's
has a way of.
rainbow for Arsenal.
Because history has a way of repeating itself.
Who
History has
else
a
was
way.
in the title race in 2002?
In 2002, it was
Liverpool.
No,
No, it wasn't Chelsea.
was
It
2003.
wasn't. No, it was United and
It was
Arsenal.
Man United and Arsenal.
If United had beaten Arsenal, they would have closed the gap, and then Arsenal have to. But Silver Woutod.
So 1998 advantage Arsenal. 2002 advantage Arsenal.
2024.
So let me go to Liverpool's fixtures. Now this is why I
Okay,
feel like
DK, because you go to Liverpool, by or per your analysis, how many points do Arsenal drop in this 8?
me, I'm telling you,
Yes, you said you are prophet, so I want to be clear.
by the penultimate game of the season, Liverpool will need Man United to beat Arsenal, and will be hoping that they will go to Villa and beat Villa to reduce the point gap to 1 point.
You've gone through these games one by one. I said, from your analysis,
I'm
how
telling you.
many points will they drop?
Arsenal will drop 2 points, man.
Which will be against
Means
who?
they are going to draw only 1 game.
Against who?
Oh, I won't tell you. Why should I tell you? That draw will come.
The prophet doesn't
But
know.
I'm telling you that the games that you think Arsenal will drop points in, the ones I've listed, the Brighton, the Chelsea, the Spurs, the Man United, and they are 4 straight wins.
No wahala. No wahala.
Let's go
So-
to Liverpool.
Okay.
And see,
So Arsenal drops 2 points from this lineup.
2 points.
But Liverpool will drop.
you relax.
Hey.
I say Arsenal is going to win the league either by 4 points or by 1 point.
No wahala.
For Liverpool, there's something beautiful that is happening with their fixtures. They think that they have the easiest fixtures
On paper, they do.
on paper, but history says otherwise. That game at Goodison Park, for the last 10 years, Liverpool has won at Goodison Park twice. There have been 8 draws at Goodison Park. And those 8 draws, most of them goalless. Liverpool play all the football. Everton will get their 1 point.
Certainly, though, that is also 1 point for Liverpool.
That's 1 point for that's 2 points dropped.
Arsenal still dropped 2 points.
We are
Liverpool
getting
still
there.
top. No wahala. Go to the next game.
Away at Fulham. This season, Liverpool have faced Fulham twice.
Yes.
Once in the league, once in the cup. 2 very close games.
But they've won.
Oh yes.
So
Just-
what's your point?
This is the first time
They
this
are,
season they are
did
going
they
to,
drop 2 points
this
from
is
you
the
for
first time
praising-
this season they are going to Craven Cottage.
Okay.
The way Liverpool has been behaving in the past couple of weeks. No, you see, typical Liverpool during this time. They were when they get teams like Sheffield, quick. They don't waste time. But they are struggling, and we can see they are getting the job done, but they are struggling. But you see, when you limp on one leg, it will reach a point
You
where
really think Liverpool are limping?
but Liverpool are limping. What you saw yesterday was that cruise control now. So that
isn't
game-
that more like finding ways to win against the odds? So grinding out results.
When you go to Fulham when you go to Craven Court, go and find a way to win. Fulham away, Everton away, and then the final nail in the coffin, Aston Villa on the penultimate weekend, away from home. That's where you see. And the interesting thing is that Aston Villa and Tottenham are fighting for that last Champions League spot. So Villa, and that is also Villa's last home game of the season. Aston Villa will need to beat Liverpool. No, if you don't even beat Liverpool, they will need to get something out of that game. Because when you look at Villa and Tottenham Hotspur, their fixtures, both of them are facing these top 3 teams within the last 8 weeks of the season. So they've already done their calculations. They know that there's a likelihood that either of them will drop points. So Villa will know that game away at Aston Villa, that game at home against Liverpool, they have to get something out of it. And when you look at Villa's home form this season against the big boys, they've done superbly well. They were brilliant against Man City. I think they drew or they beat Man City. Then they beat Arsenal at Villa Park. The same thing will happen to Liverpool. But this is where it gets even sweeter.
Wolverhampton Wanderers.
In the last 5 years,
Okay.
when it comes to narrow misses in the league,
Okay.
it's Liverpool.
Yes.
They've lost the league by 1 point twice.
Yes.
In each of those seasons, they faced a certain Wolverhampton Wanderers on the last day.
And they are doing same this season.
Angel of death.
Chatter no.
Angel of death.
Chatter no.
Oh, I said it. Look, when you are facing Wolves on the last day, what it means in recent Premier League history is second place guarantee. Your name has been written at the second place there, clear. And I'm telling you that Liverpool will go to the last. Look, they'll be looking over their shoulders whilst Arsenal is facing Everton at home. Liverpool will be begging their neighbors to do them a favor at the Emirates, whilst they also try to beat Wolves. And as for Liverpool, will beat Wolves. They will beat Wolves. But whatever happens,
Because surely Everton are not going to be trying to beat Arsenal for Liverpool to win the league.
If Everton are leading 3 and they hear that Liverpool is winning, Arsenal 4-3. But on a more serious note, this thing Liverpool fans know. Wolves on the last day guarantee second place. I've given
Irrespective of the result.
I said they will win. But they won 2-0 and they won 3-1. They still finish second. That one guarantee you will win. You will beat Wolves. But once the fixture is Liverpool versus Wolves at home, then you know that third time is a charm. It's going to happen. Arsenal are winning the league. As for Man City, I don't need to go through their fixtures.
No wahala. As for them, they can even win all their games.
They can win all their
and
games.
still lose.
It won't happen.
And here's
But I'm telling you that on what's the last day of the season? The date is not here. It's
No.
May something. That final weekend in May. I'm telling you, Arsenal, they will give the trophy to Martin Odegaard. He will kiss it, and then he will lift it. And then the following week, Arsenal will be in the Champions League final. This one I've jammed the guy. If not even asked me, but I'm telling you the full prophecy. Arsenal will be in the Champions League final, and they will be facing PSG. Mbappe in the final. I finished.
The last day of the season is 19th May.
Fentio, can I read a message for you?
Read it.
When Man U fans are struggling to accept the fact that City are setting a new record, we hear you, Prophet Danny.
Man U fans.
Now,
Okay, here's the
if I
thing.
was a true Man, would I be supporting Man City last season? If Man U that watch my
Yeah,
house,
Yes.
let my fans respond to this, because which one would they rather want? Liverpool reaching title 20 or City beating the treble
I
to
think
make
they've
it 4
forgotten
in a
about
row?
Liverpool.
Thank you.
No, you see, there are two things. City are going to win. City
Four in a row.
the
Nobody
4
has
in a
ever
row.
done
It's never happened. So they've
Yes.
actually equal United's record and are going to better it if they win.
Yes.
But there is also this at stake where there's Liverpool. If they win this season, they win the 20th, equal with Man United. So if you're a
That's what
United
I'm
fan,
saying. So
let's hear you.
So I'm,
Which one?
Okay, cool. But if I were a United fan, I would be more than willing to let Man City go to
The 4.
the 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's what more United.
I mean, having 4 doesn't
So you
mean
can still pride yourself with that single title.
So here's the thing. Also, the thing I just noticed about the fixtures is this: that the remaining 8 games that are left, Liverpool will play a whopping 5 of them away from home, only 3 at home. Man City will play a whopping 5 of them away from home, only 3 at home. Arsenal have their fixtures equally spread out: 4 away, 4 at home.
God is a God of balance.
Okay, I'm going to go to Achudo this time around. Achutamaklu. You've heard the guy. Sicho says he thinks it's going to be Liverpool. Daniel thinks it's going to be Arsenal. What do you think?
You know the beautiful thing about history and facts and figures. You can introduce them, you can shape them to suit whatever narrative you want to preach.
Of course.
It doesn't mean you're lying. What you're saying is probably true,
Bro, you to
but
say
it may
you-
not even be the full. Why are you triggered? Why are you triggered?
Who mentioned history?
Why are you triggered?
You didn't mention
I
history.
said in recent history,
didn't
City
mention-
and Liverpool can go. on
Why
the
are you
You
triggered,
didn't
Danny?
mention history.
Danny,
Say your own. Don't say somebody.
why
Say
are
your
you
own.
triggered?
No, so why are you even basing your analysis based on what Danny said?
That's
I'm not even basing my analysis based
Yeah.
on what I've
Say
not
your
even
own.
started.
You've just
I'm
started.
only. Oh, these are opening remarks. Calm down, allow. But speaking of facts, it is not true that Arsenal were in the title race with Liverpool in '98. No, it was Man United. In fact,
wasn't Man
United lost the title by a point.
Let me explain it to
Arsenal
you.
had
As at
78
the time
points.
Arsenal were going to Man U, it was Liverpool. Liverpool were on top of the league. Arsenal had 3 games in hand. After Arsenal went to beat Man U, Liverpool went to collapse. They lost their last 4, and then Man U went on to win. So at the end of the table, at the end of the day, Man U ended up finishing second. But mathematically, at that time, when
It was
Arsenal
Liverpool
were,
and Arsenal.
it was Liverpool and Arsenal.
Now let me explain why I
You were not there.
Why I
I
get-
lived that season. You are telling me.
you lived that season.
I lived that season.
Let me explain why I said those opening comments. You know, it is true that these things that people are pointing out about what happened in the past. Has anyone given a thought to the significance of Ferguson's own ambition? What it would have meant to him that Liverpool stayed on 18 Premier League titles? Remember the effing perch speech? He said his life's goal was to knock Liverpool off
Their pitch.
Now tell me this: and he knew Arsenal were a distant rival at that time in the context of
That's
Premier League.
okay.
If it came to losing a game to Arsenal, right, that will further their cause for the Premier League title, or losing a result that gives Liverpool the advantage, which do you think he'll be more comfortable with?
That's Alex Ferguson. He's
Yes.
not in charge.
No, I'm speaking to the 1998 scenario.
He probably would have.
Right.
Yeah, he
Ah,
probably would
okay.
have wanted Arsenal to win the league.
Yes.
Exactly.
But then he slack because he lost it by 1 point. So the guy now is not serious. That's why he came to give us with Moyes. He's
So,
not serious.
so
That's how he uses his
the whole
logic.
idea, look, I want to tell you that I don't believe that game was a game that United would play with in the spirit of competition, that they are going in that game to give their all. The
You
dynamics
can't
are,
speak to that for now.
that
But
is
we
my
watched
feeling.
the game.
That is my-
Yeah, you can't.
Friends,
The
the dynamics
That game was
are
tough.
significantly different here.
Okay.
At this point, United don't like all three teams who are in the title race. In fact, the only team that has looked significantly superior to Manchester United this season has been Manchester City. Of the three teams, the only team in their meetings...
You are kidding, right?
I kid you not, and I'll explain to you. The only team...
Even Aston Villa have looked
No, I'm saying
more
that
superior.
Of the three teams in the title race, the only one amongst them who met Man United and looked markedly superior was Manchester City.
Okay.
They blew them away in both games. If you look back to that Arsenal game versus United at the Emirates, Arsenal did not look superior. They had a lot of pointless passes and pointless possession.
All line looks superior.
Actually, wait. By the way, before you continue, you're a United fan, correct?
Yes.
Then go on.
I'm only going to try to remind you.
I know.
It is irrelevant. It is completely irrelevant.
No
So
wahala.
I'm only trying to remind you.
Tell me about
all of
tell me about
why-
the relevant parts.
Yo, this is not fair. Sicho Dani spoke uninterrupted.
No, I didn't
Why-
ask you not to interrupt
why-
me. You
no,
decided that you don't interrupt.
Sicho was interrupted.
I'll interrupt
Okay,
you.
no.
Sicho was interrupted.
Then in the beginning of the discussion, you make it clear that everyone can interrupt unnecessarily.
no, Sicho,
Then we know that the rules have been
No,
set.
hold on.
Sicho was interrupted.
Actually,
Now
hold
after
on.
the fact,
Actually,
you are
hold
now
on. No,
you are now
actually,
coming
hold
to
on.
act
Actually, hold
like.
on. Daniki, behave.
I was speaking in the prophetic. He cannot interrupt me when I'm speaking in the prophetic. He's speaking as a carnal man.
ordained
So
you,
I can-
Danny?
You are a very
In
silly
fact,
boy. You,
in fact,
keep quiet. Achu, go on. Don't interrupt Achu again.
That Man United versus Arsenal match. Arsenal had a lot of pointless possession, but the game's brightest opportunities fell to United.
Okay.
In fact, but for that contentious decision against Garnacho, United were going to win that game.
Okay.
Even apart from that, there was a stonewall penalty on Hoyland that was not given.
Okay. All of this to say that
Allow me
Who
to
will win
build-
the league?
Allow me to build
yeah,
a point.
okay.
So when Arsenal met Man United, they did not look worlds apart.
No wahala.
When Man United went to Anfield,
Okay.
Liverpool were in the form of their life.
True.
United cowered, sat back, defended. Somehow still managed to fashion out the best goal scoring chances in that game. Liverpool had half chances. But in terms of the chances that you could tell that this is one that that team should have made something of. There was the McTominay incident. There was the Hoyland situation as well. Right in the middle of the second half. So United had Garnacho as well, who could not control that. United had so many chances to have put that game away.
In other words,
And
in
this
Ten
was-
Hag's terms, they were the better team.
Fence, what are you trying to establish?
Yes, you're trying to establish
I
that.
believe that you're making these interjections for a purpose. I would like to know.
No, I'm helping you to finish your
I
point
don't want
faster.
you to help me. No.
Okay, no
Why
wahala.
don't
Go
You
on.
said I have 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes.
You
please.
have
Yes, so allow me.
Okay,
You have
go on.
30 minutes.
So
30
in
minutes is for
in
you.
that
Hey,
meeting,
Daniki,
I've
behave.
just tell him that he has 30 minutes. The
you are
extra
not.
3 is for
You are not the.
interruption.
Nobody appointed you the timekeeper.
no, but
Danny-
Nobody
but
appointed
Sicho,
you the
Sicho and then
timekeeper.
did they do 10-10? Because you interrupted Sicho. You didn't interrupt
Yeah, I did
Danny.
less than 10. I
For-
did like
you-
9.
what you are doing right now, you are interrupting the interruption. So you are interrupting the interruption.
When I'm done,
I get shocked for
you will all understand why.
He's interrupting the interruption.
When I'm done, you will all understand why Man United are important in this title race.
Yes.
So,
So come and sit down. Yeah,
Liverpool-
Achu, please.
and
On a more
you
serious
see-
note, let's have some decor. Achu,
Yeah.
go on.
Liverpool were playing football that was very similar to what they are doing now. Very good football, getting results on cloud 9. It did not happen for them. Now, a lot of people talk about how Liverpool should have beaten United by 5 or 6 in that FA Cup game. United equally had moments. Surely after taking the lead, there was the Scott McTominay chance that got cleared off the line.
The fact that you remember means they
Right.
were not many.
And United did not score.
Yes.
Liverpool had their chances as well. But on the cusp of full time, who had that counter-attacking last-minute chance and missed?
United.
Marcus Rashford.
Yes.
Again, we all agree that this is a season where United have been terrible.
And-
But against these teams, they found a way of staying in the game,
And that is-
actually getting the result over Liverpool in the FA Cup. Look, I am willing to bet that Man United will repeat the dose against Liverpool this weekend and against Arsenal as well.
So
The
they would be
difference here-
kingmakers in the end.
United will inadvertently win the league for one of the teams they don't like.
City doing that.
The difference will be that for one of the teams, there will be enough time to recover, and that's Liverpool.
Because they are playing them earlier, which
Earlier,
is this very
which is
weekend.
this very weekend. This weekend, United will beat Liverpool. City will drop points with Palace.
Hey, Charlie.
Arsenal will approach next
Wow.
season thinking that they are on top. But in the same manner that we talk about how Arsenal have come of age, right? And how they have grown. And look, I was telling you yesterday about the progress that the team has made since the introduction of Declan Rice.
I did not see you
And
yesterday,
even-
but go on.
Why are you lying? Why are you
I
lying?
did not see you yesterday.
The two of you in the office discussing the thing. Why are you
I
lying?
did not see you yesterday. Go on.
And even the role of Kai Havertz. By the same measure, you also have to, you cannot discount the fact that all of the successive disappointments in the seasons when Liverpool have lost the title to City, that experience will build them up. It will count for something in this title chase.
Okay.
You cannot discount that. And you see, when we talk about, and this is perhaps even a bit more profound in the context of the Champions League, where we generally accept that teams have to go through the cycle of torpor, build that experience, become, to a certain extent, able to absorb the shocks of the competition or those disappointments before they reach the level where they can actually win it. I think it will play in favor of Liverpool here. If you look at the two other teams, City and then Arsenal's fixtures,
Yeah.
City have to go to a ground they've never scored before. And that is the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Okay.
So the way I see it, they've got a minimum of 2 games where they are going to drop points. Against Spurs and this weekend against Crystal Palace. And it's not because City are a terrible team, but they have stagnated. In fact, I would even go as far as saying that they've taken a few steps back because these days they do not play with as much conviction as they used to last season. And I think it's down to the fact that they failed to replace Ilkay Gundogan. Yes, they made some significant outlay. But if you look at the way City play these days, it is increasingly difficult, especially against teams that are very compact and are able to shut them down in the middle. They find it very difficult to get results. It is not for nothing that Pep Guardiola these days is a bit more pragmatic and almost defensive in the games that matter. So against City, against Arsenal, you would see him play with 4 flat centre backs and 5 flat central midfielders in that game. It did not work. It is almost anti-Pep Guardiola to not be adventurous
Okay.
and attempt to play on the front foot. And that is reflecting in the results that City have recorded in the last 8 or 10 matches. Check the margin of wins. Conversely, Liverpool and Arsenal are scoring for fun. In fact, in the Arsenal run that sent them to the top of the league, they scored no less than 31 goals in 8 matches in the Premier League.
Yes.
Liverpool, theirs is even a bit more convincing because how many injuries have they not had?
Quite a lot.
Yeah,
And they found ways to win.
to win.
And yet again, it's Jurgen Klopp's use of the 5 substitutions that has impressed me. It almost looks like every single game, he finds a way to win from
Look,
French players, so-called French players.
Friends, imagine a world where City have someone in the figure of Mohamed Salah not being available for a long spell.
But they did have
Right.
Kevin De Bruyne.
I'm coming, let me finish. Where they do not have as much match winners or as many match winners in a situation like Liverpool's. Because
Yeah. But the boys are saying that we don't need to imagine anymore. They've had it, so just
So they
go
had
on.
Kevin De Bruyne
No.
out. Erling Haaland missed like a month. Or
it's not
close to a
the
month.
same, but those players did not
Rodri
go off at the
got
same
injured
time.
and they suffered it.
Right. I'm saying that those players did not go off on the same time.
No
When you take
interjection.
But
Salah
they've
out
had
of,
injury issues too,
yes,
so you go
when
on.
you take Salah out of the Liverpool team, there is nothing like that. When you take Kevin De Bruyne out of the City team, there's still Bernardo Silva, there's still Erling Haaland. Unless, of course, there was a situation where all 3 or all 2 of those players, say De Bruyne and Haaland, went off for 8 weeks consecutively at the same time. That is when you can actually compare.
What is the
They
equivalent
went out
of
for
that
like
scenario
3-4
at
weeks,
Liverpool?
so-
happened this season.
Mohamed Salah.
And
Yeah,
who?
they were not
Mohamed
there.
Salah.
And they
And
came back around the same
So
time.
just Salah.
Yeah, just
So
Salah.
if only Salah goes out and only
but
De Bruyne goes out, it's the same.
I've explained to you that City can absorb that kind of shock because they have more match winners than Liverpool.
No, actually, what will help the Liverpool
Right.
cases? They've missed Alisson, they've missed Konate, they've missed Arnold, they've missed
And currently,
Szoboszlai.
Trent is not even
They
going
missed-
to be available
Yes, they missed Salah
for the
Yes.
running.
So they missed Darwin Núñez. So they had a lot of starters missing
Yeah.
at
Yeah.
a
at
spell.
that time.
Yeah.
So
But
yeah,
they have shown that they can live with that. So for my money, there is one team who are prepared for this moment in the sense that they've gone through that cycle of torpor. 5 years is it that we like to tease them that they are the nearly team. City eventually will get it over the line. this season, they've actually shown that they can deal with their squad being stretched. The final points for me even is Manchester City. Is the fixture list. They are going to play more games, and the scheduling is such that it is not going to be kind on them. In fact, within the next 10 days, the next 12 days or so, City are expected to play about 4 games. Pep was complaining about not having enough recovery time for the fixture versus Real Madrid, who, contrary to the situation at City, are going to have 9 days between their last domestic game and when they have to play Manchester City at the Bernabeu. It will count for something. So even that ambition could be a disincentive or could be a disadvantage for Manchester City. They are playing in 3 competitions. For Liverpool, the Premier League is the only thing that matters to them. So I'm just going to conclude by saying this league is going to be determined by Manchester United.
Yeah.
And they will start this weekend with Liverpool. Except Liverpool will be able to recover. When Arsenal come to Old Trafford on that penultimate weekend of the season, we will correct the wrongs that silly referee did.
Say we.
Oh yes, we will. We will correct the wrongs that silly referee did against Hoyland, and then what's his name, Garnacho. The goal that was
you are offside. Offside is a fact too. It's not. It's not subjective. Offside is a fact.
I'm even shocked.
They've drawn a line. You're offside.
No,
you say it's a mistake.
Yeah.
So you wrap up for me. You've made you're done.
Yeah.
You
No, but
made
tell us who
okay.
win.
Thank
I
you.
said Liverpool.
No, he said Liverpool.
Yeah,
He's made excellent
Who will be
points.
second?
Liverpool.
Who is second?
Arsenal.
Liverpool. So it will be easy to stay the same.
Yeah, we'll
He
stay
said that- he said-
So you said all these things to say. To stay
Muftau. Muftau.
Thank you.
Do you want to take a bite at this?
Always the latter part.
You just came from the mosque. What did you see? Or you are a fake malam?
I'm not Malam.
Let me
Malam
play-
is a teacher.
Let me play fake
Fent,
malam.
Fent,
It's cookie for
Fent,
you.
I just remember something. Atu mentioned something very important.
So why are you taking my time?
No, I'm not taking your time. I'm not taking. You'll have your time. But I just need 1 minute. In fact, 30
Thank you.
seconds.
I am feeling
Atu mentioned
stagnant.
something very. Atu mentioned something very
Okay,
important.
what is it?
And for me, it's a very funny subject because everybody has suffered it this season. I will not, if I'm prepared for certain things during the season and they happen to me, and I deal with it almost as if I'm not
That's
going
to your
through
credit.
it. That's to my credit.
Yes, it is.
If you, Liverpool, decided that you not beef up your squad enough that when you look at your bench and somebody else, let's say your number 2 right back comes in, you say your starter is not playing, so something. That's on you. Arsenal, first game of the season, their main signing at the back got injured.
Yes.
Timber.
It was a bad injury.
Tomiyasu has been injured almost the whole season.
Yeah.
Zinchenko also got injured.
TP.
Oh, Thomas Partey since
Jesus.
August. Now the same Thomas
Even
Partey.
Odegaard went off.
Odegaard too went injured. Jesus got injured. Now Jesus, Thomas Partey.
Martinelli wasn't available. More crucial.
These 3, Tomiyasu, Jesus,
Timber.
Jesus, Thomas Partey. Last season, their injuries clearly had a serious effect on Arsenal. Arsenal have gone to the transfer window. They've beefed up their squad. They've come into the next season. The same players have gotten injured. They are not feeling it. Then you are saying that Liverpool, no, they suffered with injury. Arsenal also suffered the injury. They just prepared better.
Elephant, this season, that City have not scored at the new Tottenham. It's over. You see, when they built that stadium, it was Jose Mourinho, it was Antonio Conte. Right now it's Ange. Tokro Dawson. This season, they will score. See, if Spurs are not careful, City will give them all the goals they just scored in the past. they'll put something together and score half this season.
You
So
know,
I think that dynamic that is going to be
Muftau,
swept away.
Even before you come in, look, I my personal opinion, I actually think Man City will win the league. I think the other 2 teams will definitely drop points. City are the only team I don't see dropping points in the remaining 8 games of the season. That's how I think they're going to win the league. Obviously, if everybody goes on an unbeaten run, or let's say a winning run, Liverpool wins, like City likes to say.
But City
But
themselves haven't been as convincing
They
as they've
haven't
always
been.
been.
No, I think that has been established. They haven't been convincing, but they have found ways to win, and they've found ways to stay in the title race. When you look at what City have gone through this season, I'm actually quite surprised that they are still at this point. At this time of the season.
How? Expand
Because
on
a
that.
lot, you see, we've spoken about City's problems for a very long time.
Yeah.
We didn't just start speaking about them. So supposedly, City have been struggling all season.
No, but you see, their problems are what?
First of all, Man City are not scoring as much as they should be.
And whose fault is that? They've had the same.
Oh,
it's
but
just
the
one-
problem is
No,
there. It doesn't mean the problem
Ah.
is not there. That's
No,
what
they're
you're-
not defending as well as they did last season.
No, that's what
conceding
that.
chances.
Yes, they're
It's not-
conceding
they're not
chances.
scoring
They are
as-
not
as
scoring. So
regularity.
I'm saying that the
Yeah.
problems have been there
Which
all
is a fact.
season.
But yet they are in contention.
That's my point.
Ah, okay.
But what did you think my point was?
I thought you were going to see it's like somebody has gotten injured or they struggled.
Ah,
or,
come
that's
on, man.
Pep's fault.
We've
It's
already
Pep's fault.
we've already
You
spoken
can't
about that.
buy Vadio and you are conceding goals.
But
and
when
tell
you
me that
that's
I
why
have a
when you
problem
ask
with-
me whose fault is that, I didn't say it's because of injuries' fault. I'm saying that the supposed City problems
Yeah.
have been there all season.
yeah.
In
Yeah,
fact,
they've mitigated it
yes,
with competing.
yes, somehow they have found ways to stay in the title race, and that's how I think. Also with their pedigree and the way they have finished previous seasons as strongly as they have, with the experience that they have, I actually do think that Man City have it in them to go on a winning run till the end of the season. Now, having said that, they could go on a winning run and still not win the league. It will take the other team to drop points. And I think that is where it all hinges on. And I think Liverpool will drop points. I think Arsenal will drop points. And that's how I see City winning. Muftal.
City themselves might just drop points.
Yeah,
you
might
just-
is a thing.
Yeah,
Yes, might
yes,
is
fact.
there.
And
They
Liverpool-
might drop points.
Liverpool and
I just
Arsenal-
don't think they will.
Muftau, as soon as you finish your submission, I'm texting Jordan Ayew and your friend is saying glass.
Oh, they will beat them. They will beat them. They'll
tomorrow,
beat them.
quick, early kickoff.
No.
They will beat them at Selhurst Park. They
Crystal,
will beat them.
Crystal Palace versus
Yes,
Man
the
City.
history is there. Daniel sat here and analyzed the history between two teams, and he said it means nothing for this season because this season is
I'm
different.
calling
Arsenal
Jordan.
are different.
Who's today?
Okay, so
They will beat them.
Always. The business end of the season always require the teams with the nerves to be able to grind the results.
Yes.
31 matches gone so far. The top
30.
three. Yes, 30
8
matches,
games
30
remain, yes.
matches played so far. The top three teams, they've all proven that they've got what it takes to be champions. Was it 2 or 3 days ago that I saw the after analysis of who is going to win the Premier League, and Manchester City. So they considered Liverpool as the team that can win, followed by Manchester City and Arsenal. They were like 18%. They had 18% chance of winning the Premier League title. Mm-hmm. But I disagree, based on the fact that if you take a look at what Mikel Arteta has been able to do with this team, they've been able to pick points from teams hitherto you expected Arsenal to drop points.
In the past,
In the past,
yeah.
they would always
Drop points against
they're
certain
going to
teams.
drop points against certain good teams. But this season, they've been able to grind those results. And
They are the best team in 2024.
you are looking at a team that has been quite consistent in terms of how they are going to create or get the points. People continue to judge Arsenal based on their past history because we always see them as a team that when it matters most, we see the elephant falling from the branch of the tree. But I do think that this season, I'm sure Arsenal have got what it takes to go all out there and at least win the Premier League title for the first time in 22 years. Liverpool are also in there. Arsenal also in there. But my money will go in for Liverpool to be able to win. But I think that Manchester City and Arsenal too, they will come quite close. But Liverpool, they might just want to win it for Jurgen Klopp because they have an extra motivation.
Everybody get motivation. Arsenal want to win it for the first time in over 20 years.
No.
So Man City want to win the 4 times in a row. You
No,
say
Everybody's
something wrong.
motivated. Everybody's motivated.
So the motivation varies. So for instance, there's that send off for Jurgen Klopp, right? There's Manchester City that wants to win it for the 4th consecutive season. But aside from that,
Arsenal want to win it for the first time in
and
forever.
Arsenal who wants to win it since 2004. But aside from
20
that,
years.
20 years, 20 solid years.
Whose motivation is stronger?
Everybody.
I think Liverpool's motivation is
Who said
stronger.
man win be why how is that
I've got a message here from Amin Bafo. He says, I am
Kwame.
here to disprove something Danny said. And I said, sweet. Hey, Danny K, listen. When you were, he said, the title race at the time in 1998, when Arsenal went to beat United by 1-0. At that time, Man United were 12 points above Arsenal.
But you see, I said Arsenal had games in hand. Had they won those games in hand,
Uh-huh.
they would have come top. But Liverpool mathematically were higher than, and Liverpool went on to collapse. And at the end
Hold
of the
on,
league,
hold on.
Man United ended up losing the league by
1
1 point.
point, yes.
Because Liverpool went on. That's the
Arsenal
same
went
thing
on
as
to
you
win
said.
4 games in a row.
That's the
That was
same
4
thing as
points.
you said.
Okay, Bafu raised an important point. I think that clarity was needed. It
No, it
wasn't
was-
clear
yeah,
from the start.
Clarified
Yeah,
between-
Achu raised the point and then I clarified it.
Probably
Okay.
wasn't.
Bafu, listen more attentively
But
next
you were also
time.
listening like you would have.
No, I was more excited too.
Okay. So you was bothered.
You want to
Yeah.
pour this time, my guy.
Yeah.
I'm going to call Wenger.
He said, I mean, Bafota.
And Oswin, another Liverpool fan.
Oswin,
Don't
this-
mind him.
just
This very Oswin.
Instead of working here, listening to radio.
He says, what is Cranton talking about? Obviously, he's still bleeding, and his bleeding effects. Liverpool have been without Trent, Matip, Thiago, Alisson, Soboslai, Jones, Konate, Robertson. All due to injuries for many games, but
This
we are
one-
keeping up.
This one, I'll respond.
And he said, hold on, let me finish his message. He says, a reminder that the EPL title this season was not our target because of our rebuilding, but there is a chance to win it now. And I can tell you that we are ready.
Arsenal too wasn't their target. Arsenal too wanted to finish 10th. Liverpool
Eh.
Liverpool enter a season and not be expecting to win. What kind of Liverpool fan is that?
But
Anyway,
they lost their whole midfield.
No,
They were rebuilding.
No.
did you see the signings they went to make?
Yes.
Does it look like a rebuild? When you go and buy McAllister,
Another team spent 1 billion.
relax,
Or we've
they-
seen what
no,
has happened.
Liverpool bought McAllister even before the season self the what do you call it?
The previous season
transfer
ended.
window even.
Yo,
when
but
you go
there
and
was
buy
still no
Szoboszlai,
guarantee that he will succeed.
There was no guarantee.
How does that
Liverpool-
signing disprove the fact that it was a rebuilding?
I'm even shocked.
I'm saying
how do you
Liverpool-
rebuild
how does
by
that
signing
disprove the fact
a
that it
player
was-
who is
it was
established in the
rebuilding?
league?
So are you telling Liverpool entered this season not expecting to win the league?
No, they weren't.
Apu. Did you listen to
No
Klopp?
worries.
Did you listen to Klopp at the start of the season?
What did he say?
Okay.
He said they can win. That's what Klopp said. You are the manager.
So, okay, having said that, you
The
were
guy
making
is in
another.
joy newsroom. He said Liverpool no they won't win. Then you Klopp is sitting at this thing. He's saying they want to win title. You are telling me that Liverpool don't want to win. Let me tell you. If
Osman
you are a
is not in
team,
the news.
if you
No,
are a
Osman
team
is
in
not in the news. He's over
2024,
there. He's at the other end.
if I don't know this, if you are a team and you are in 2024, adding Konate, Thiago to your injury list, then you are not serious.
Why?
It's like
If they're
Arsenal.
injured, they're injured.
No. It's like Arsenal this season. Imagine Arsenal were fourth and they say, oh, Partey is injured. Every day he's hurt. If every season the guy is showing you that the person is injury prone and you are not serious enough to go and plan for the person's absence, then you are
Then you
not
come and
serious.
use him as an
And-
excuse.
No, but
Why
the
are you
injuries-
picking
No,
on-
but it doesn't,
Hang on,
it doesn't
hang on.
disprove the
You
fact.
said that as
Yes.
if the clubs determine when a player should get
No, but the
injured.
injury, no, but the
Relax.
injury record.
Liverpool
can-
had
their
other
injury-
midfielders anyway.
No, their injury record can
Injury
tell
record.
you.
Yeah, but you
that-
don't hold
Thank
that
you.
player against them.
I'm
No,
not-
if they signed a number of players who are all injury prone and this happened, then that point of they not being serious will be valid
What
because
I'm telling
they
you is
then would
that-
have been reckless
what I'm telling you
in
is
signing
that
a midfielder or midfielders
With Thiago
who had
there,
a poor injury
with
record.
Thiago, the Liverpool knew that Thiago was what the what's the word?
Injury prone.
Injury prone.
Yes.
And he's not dependable.
Uh-huh. So what's
That's
the
why
point?
they went to sign how many? Endo.
Uh-huh.
They went to sign Soboslai.
Yeah.
They went to
Gravenberch.
sign Gravenberch.
No, they
went
didn't
to
sign those players
they
because of
knew.
Thiago. That's not true.
No, but
Told you, they
bodies
lost
into
two.
the
They
midfield.
lost
but
two
not because
bodies and
of
they went to
Thiago.
buy four.
Good.
They know Thiago is
but
not
hang on.
no,
No,
add
okay.
Thiago to
So
the
the
list.
idea that they were not
Okay,
serious
no,
because
okay,
of
no,
Thiago.
no, no, no.
Fair.
I'm
Hold
not
on.
saying they were not
Hold
serious.
on.
I'm saying that you can't, as a fan, add Thiago.
All right, you're listening. Talking, so I'll stop them for you. All right, let me read some messages here. Jojo, let's go. Let me see. I've got lots of messages here. Somebody says, Stanley in Achimota says, I'm enjoying the show, friend. Is this the most juicy Premier League? Okay, so is this the juiciest Premier League title race ever? Well, we've seen some very exciting ones. The Liverpool Man City one was only a 2-horse race, but certainly that was very, very exciting indeed. Let me see this. Peter Paddy from the University of Ghana. By the way, the messages are welcome at 055-1111-997. That's the WhatsApp number. So in case you've been listening and you wanted to send a message, that's the number. 055-1111-997. Good afternoon to my favorite sports crew. Me, as a United fan, I'm not even expecting United to qualify for the Champions League because they will go and come back early again to make our pains even worse. At the moment, our level is the Europa League, so we will be satisfied with that. For the league title, I wish Arsenal wins it to prevent Liverpool from equaling our record and prevent Man City from making the EPL look too easy. Peter Paddy from UG with that message. This message is from, let me see. Okay, it says, when Man U fans are struggling to accept the fact that City are setting a new record, well, we hear you, Prophet Danny. Next time, add your name to the message. 1998, how old were you? Someone is asking Daniel Quarantine for referencing the league title race from 1998. Nitojo from Tamanu Town, he says, Liverpool winning the EPL and we will never walk alone. This message says, good afternoon, Fentio. Please, I would like to ask Danny K and let him answer this question. Now that Otuado, aka Lord Kenya, has been confirmed, would he go to the unveiling? And how would he introduce himself before he puts his questions across? Would he introduce himself as the guy that put out the conversation of him and his what? And his wife out there, or okay, Danny K from Lakeside. I don't know what you Danny K, do you know what he's talking about?
So when the Black Stars
Hold on.
when the Black Stars were going to Qatar,
Yes.
I was asking Otuado to explain the reason why Joseph Pinso was not in the list.
Yes.
And he said he'd already had a private conversation with Joseph Pinso.
Okay.
That if me and my wife go and have a conversation in our bedroom, will I go out and come and tell the world? That's what.
Okay, I get it now. So he said, how would you remind Otu? That's why you use.
That's what I'll use. The guy who's there.
I guess it now. This one says, sweet good afternoon. My name is Bedroom Pep Guardiola from Ontario, Canada. Arsenal can never win the league, he says. I prefer City to win over Liverpool and Arsenal. If Liverpool wins the league, I will walk back from Canada to Ghana. I hope to see you guys at the World Cup in 2026.
Bedroom Pep Guardiola would hear from where they text me from
La Paz.
La Paz here.
Hey, child boys be sharp.
Yeah, he was always texting from La Paz.
Yes.
He left you off for here.
Hey. That is sweet.
Bedroom
That
Pep
is
Guardiola.
At least he
still spotted.
at least he still listens to the show. From
Yeah.
Ontario, Canada.
Yes.
From Bedroom Pep Guardiola from La Paz.
No, is
To
it?
Bedroom Pep Guardiola from Ontario,
Ontario,
Canada.
Canada.
No, Charlie, he's for there. No, he's for there. That is, ladies and gentlemen, progress. Danny K. That is what?
Progress.
I'll see some.
Anyway, okay. This message says, I am Abna Speed from Asofan. Good afternoon, Fen. I'm enjoying the show. Though Dreams FC find it difficult to win home games, I believe they will win this time around. Alaji will be a shadow management member. Okay. He's talking about Alaji Akambi because he's been removed from the Hearts of Oak board. And now Abna Speed says he will be a shadow board member. Interesting. My name is Ta. I like the Ta, bro. Okay, Jojo, what are you doing? There it is.
The way you mentioned that guy's name, I know
He said my. That is how he said. Okay. What is it? Wait, what is his name?
I say he spaced it.
Okay, so
Ta
his name.
1,
Uh-huh.
Ta 2, Ta 3.
Okay, so his name
ta,
is.
Ta.
Thank you.
Not Ta.
Okay,
Alaji, you just finished fasting.
I like the Ta.
It's not even finished.
He
not
says
even
he
finished.
shakes things, scream things,
Hey.
and speak in his own shaking language. He says, interesting. All right,
Are we talking about the same thing?
we are. Let's take some
No,
more
if to the
messages
same thing, that I would say ask the free.
055 1111997. Let me go on Twitter as well so that I don't leave the Twitter folks out of the messages that I'm reading. Okay, where are we? Here we are. Good afternoon, Fent. It says, now that everybody is suing people, no, I will sue all those who wish Man City doom. Jake.
Sue.
Sue. It's Sue it is. All right. Okay. So my Twitter is finally open. All right. Good. Vladimir Putin is my hero. Somebody's Twitter name, please. Okay. That is his Twitter handle. He says Klopp thinks he can blackmail us with this his last season thing. He might go empty-handed if he doesn't take the Europa Cup serious. Arteta will do it for me, he says. Thank you for that message. Laka Fred also on Twitter says, Masa, Achu, United is not in the title race. Why have you focused so much energy on them? Talk about the match schedule of the 3 teams. Now United,
when you get a microphone, come and do it.
He go tweet at Cristiano Ronaldo say he's still
And
the
he
play
said-
for
and
Palace.
And then Laka also goes on to say that Achu, that's why you have Eric Ten Hag as your coach.
One day this nightmare will end.
You are gaslighting yourself. The Man United will decide the title.
You have a message. You have a message here.
Nana Kwame Jr. says, listen to what Danike is saying.
Prophetic.
Arsenal is winning the league. Neither City nor Liverpool should win it. He said, he didn't say will win it all. He said neither of them should win it. That is more of a moral argument, and I wonder why.
No, he's warning them. You see, in the Bible, when you go and catch a blessing that is not yours.
Okay. I've got more messages. This one says from Sir Gaucho. He says, though our dreams have been tossed and blown in the past, we never gave up. And we continue to walk on. This season, in front of the loyal cops, we are lifting the Premier League trophy, inshallah. The hope with which he spoke on, I didn't know he was going to piggyback to God for blessings.
For confirmation.
Oh, brother. Say Gaucho, thanks for the message. I've got more messages here. I'm struggling to take the messages. Belgium AFTV. He says, good show. Danny, my buddy, is on point. Arsenal. Cheers. All the way from Belgium. And Johnson from Achiringano. He said, it's funny to hear the United guys in the studio saying this United will beat Liverpool this weekend. Tell investors to go the other one. The other to win. It's a joke to consider Arsenal winning anything this season. Johnson, wow. Strong words. It's a joke. Okay. Arsenal is still in the Champions League. They are still in the Premier League title race as well. Jojo, go back here. Are you sleeping on my WhatsApp? What is wrong with you? Thank you.
Are you sure it's not Abeku?
I'm even shocked. It's Jojo. It's Jojo. This one says, I need a helicopter to fly over. Oh, okay. No, that's message not for me. This one is for me. It says Arsenal should win the league, but for Ten Hag and his boys, that is Abdul Sabur from Tamale with that message. This message is from Papa Ansa from Latte Equiapim. Good afternoon, my boss. Please tell Danny K I want to give him something. Danny K, he says he wants to give you something, but you must come to Latte Equiapim for it.
Hey, which lady is that?
Is that what he said?
Which lady is
you
that?
don't know Latte.
What's the name of the lady?
It's not a lady.
Maybe
It's a
lady.
guy.
It's a guy.
You
He's not listening.
Hey, I just want to know.
Because he's not married, every name sounds like a female name to him.
Hey, what has
Holy
marriage got
Spirit
to do
is
with
telling
it?
you
What has
something.
marriage got to do with
Settle
Because you
down.
heard the guy's name loud and clear.
I didn't
You
hear
say
the
which
name.
lady is that?
Let's move on.
All right.
Move
If you were fasting,
This message says, Dear Joy Sports Team, I hope this message finds you well. It has found us well.
Maybe small letter.
No small letter. I just wanted to take a moment to express my sincere appreciation for the insightful analysis provided by you guys this afternoon. Okay, who is Godwin Ukpoti? Who is that? His perspective and commentary added great value to the coverage, and I thoroughly enjoyed his contributions. Keep up the excellent work bringing quality sports coverage to your audience. Are you sure this is not an old message? Because I've not seen.
It just came 2 for the.
Yeah.
Who is God?
you've already read this one.
Jake. Okay, yeah, I've read this from Jake. Okay, I've read this from Jake. All right, guys,
Someone says he likes Danike.
we have about 10 minutes.
Evans of Gilly.
We have about 10 minutes. Dreams SC are doing the impossible. And we have a guest, actually. Yes, Muftao, please. We have a guest here. We'll talk to him in the last 5 minutes. But quick thoughts on Dreams FC. Actually, quick thoughts on Dreams FC. They play Stade Malien this weekend. They have a 2-1 lead from the first leg. If they qualify, semi-final straight.
Quick.
Yeah. I like the attitude they showed in the last game, but you can also tell that while the team that is not the finished article yet, they have been deliberate in getting this far. So you can see some of the additions that they made to the team. Recruiting John Pencil, who so far I think has scored 10 goals in the competition. John Entry.
Is that
Charlie.
We beg.
I can't say I disassociate myself from.
Quick.
So
Alright.
John Entry scored 10 goals.
Yes.
I think 4 from the group stage onwards to this point. And then you had someone who has won the competition before in Sani Mohammed, who won it with Accra to work back in 2005.
Okay.
The experience they would bring to such a team is invaluable because apart from those two, no other player in the squad or official has been involved in the CAF Confederations Cup or even the CAF Champions League campaign.
Right.
Yes, Amini Shadow's experience with the Black Stars may help, but you have to see the value they bring to the team. And for me, it's the fact that they did this without Aziz Issa, who I think also needs to be managed very well because he's too young and he's playing too many games at this age and could suffer burnout. So hopefully they are able to replicate that form. But so far,
You should rest him in this game,
I wouldn't mind.
You should rest him in this game.
I would look.
No. Actually,
But look, you don't know what they talk.
He's a player you can keep on the bench. They have
They are best player in the competition.
So let me tell you why. The performance on Sunday, they could have won that game by a 3 or 4.
But you know on Sunday he played.
I'm saying that was a game they could have won by a 4 or 5.
could have, should have, really. He
Doesn't
played.
matter.
I'm just telling you that they look
Contributed.
strong enough.
Okay.
Right. And I don't think the difference, at least in the games that we've seen in the league, the difference when he's not played, it's not the players that I think Dreams would suffer if they do not start. Has to be Godwin Etuahene, Godfrey Etuahene, and then Ajenim Boateng Mensah. Because I don't think if you take those two out of the team on the bench, there's a like-for-like replacement. But although there's not a like-for-like replacement for Aziz on the bench, they've shown that they can live without him, at least in the FA Cup games, in the other matches that they have played in
So
the league
you are
this
suggesting
season.
that they should bench him as a way of managing him.
Yeah.
All right. And they will
But they will
still
get the
have
result.
enough to
They will get the result. Yeah.
That would be massive for them.
You just don't have to be complacent. Listen, when you've won 2-1 away from home, there's still pressure to manage at home. So yeah, they should just go there, get the job done. They should know it's not a must-win game for them. It's a must-not-lose game for them.
True.
And once you have the knowledge of results, it can help in the way you prepare for games. Not to say they're going to sit back, but they can't be naive in trying to throw everything to the, to the sinks and think that they are going for it. So there is that game management. But they've got an experienced head in Karim Zito. He's been there, he's done it, so that would help.
Thank you, Sicho.
As he should play. There's a soccer intellectuals game, FA Cup. That one he can see.
True story. I've got Alfred Norte here. He's founder of Footy Legends GH. He's joining us in the studio. He's decided to come to the aid of some former players
He's
who are
spotted.
unable to fend for themselves due to old age.
No, he's spotted.
Alfred, thank you very much for
Alfred,
joining
quick
us.
question before you start your interview.
Uh-huh.
Who should be the next captain of the Black Stars? Jiku or Jordan Ayew?
Fantastic.
What an answer.
Spotted.
But we don't have a lot of time. Tell us about your initiative. What is it called? It's Footy Legends GH. What is it about? What are you guys doing?
Yeah, so in December 2022, my dad gave me a call. I had sent him his monthly stipend, and he said, "Oh, son, you've not added my Christmas gift. Why is that?" So I had to then send him additional funds for his Christmas. He called back again and was so emotional that, son, Oyiwala Dong is a Gamma and he's a former footballer.
Why
he
you
played
doing
for
that?
Olympics. It's like I have a lot of colleagues and friends who do not have this privilege of being gifted sons like you.
Yeah.
So can you think of something? Then it struck me that we needed to help out.
Okay.
So together with a number of my friends who are working professionals like me, we came together. Last year, we held our first edition at Jamestown, Manchagbona, where we played a football match. And then we gave out groceries, food items to some selected former retired football players.
You invited them over
We invited them over
to witness the
to
friendly.
witness the friendly.
That's
Some of them even played. So we had Aite Dormon, formerly of Hearts of Oak.
Yes.
Nino Duona, if you remember
Wow.
him, played for Hearts
Yeah.
Olympics, was there. He was very emotional.
Okay.
We had Olabode Williams, who also played for Hearts.
Okay.
My dad plays for Venomous Vipers and Aquatex. But the main aim is to rather generate a conversation where we want to fend and honor these retired footballers who have given the country so much honor, but are now left alone.
Okay.
So we want to generate that conversation and then help them out. So it's coming on
Yes,
the
this year's edition.
Yes, this year's edition is coming on the 11th of April
Okay.
at 10 a.m. at the Manchagbona Park,
Jamestown.
Jamestown.
Okay.
So once the game is done, we have a session where we do the donation to these retired football players. Last year, we did to 30 of them. This year, the target is to 60 of them.
Wow.
Yes, 60.
And you typically donate what? Food items?
So we give them rice,
Money.
we give them oil. We don't
Okay.
give them money, but we
Okay.
give them something that will keep them fending
Going.
for a while. This year we have added something unique. I mean, as men, as you grow, we know the issues with prostrate. So we are adding prostrate screening, which is
Oh,
free.
nice,
And
nice.
then medication. Prostrate medication is very expensive.
That you're also donating to them?
Yes, that we're also donating for
Quick
free.
question. How do people help?
So if you want to help, my number is 054171 0889.
Say it slowly.
054
054
171
171
0889.
0889.
It could come straight to us.
Okay.
Yes.
So
yes.
people can send you more.
People can send us Momo.
Okay.
And we want to say a big thank you to Complete Pharma who are helping us.
All right.
Airport V Hotel,
Okay.
Cliff J Enterprise,
Okay.
Mega Life Sciences who are giving us the medication for free and doing
Oh,
the
wow.
screening,
Yeah.
as well as YM Studios. And of course, we can't leave out multimedia.
Alfred.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Alfred, thank you. It's a great thing. So anything to honor our legends, our
Yes.
heroes,
Yes.
I'm all for it.
Yes.
These are ex-players who did not play to the highest level in terms of Europe, and at the time they played the football, there was not a lot of money.
Yes, they play for the passion.
Exactly. So a lot of them at this point are genuinely struggling, and like you said, some of them have not been blessed with children who are like you,
Yes.
who can take care of their parents. So they need our help. So it's a great initiative. Thank you, Alfred, for all that you're doing.
If I may mention one more thing. So our long-term vision is to create a system, a fund, where together with my friends and corporate sponsors, we'll have a fund which will cater for their health needs in future. That's the
Fantastic.
long-term vision.
Thank you very much. That's our show for today. And even before we go, I want to give big shout outs to Madam Dinah Boateng, Protocol Officer of the Ministry of Youth and Sports. Tuesday was her birthday. She's a big fan of this show, always listening. Dinah, you're a big woman. God bless you for all you do. Yeah, Dinah is a big woman. She's a big one. Anyway, so that's our show. A big thank you to all of our listeners, to all our sponsors as well, Picture as well as DSTV. Ashita Maklo, Daniel Cranting, Muftan Nabila Abdullah, and Chichofe Philip Atrim were my guests. My name is Fentio, Tahiru Fentio. The show will be available as a podcast and on YouTube, on the Joy News YouTube channel. You can watch back and then share with your friends if you missed the show. We're back again next Friday. Until then, do take care of yourself.